What do you think of Tottenham? Shit. What do you think of shit? Tottenham. Thank you. That's alright. Hello Tottenham fans, it is the Tippler3848 Arsenal superfan here. I apologise for the outburst at the beginning of the video. I don't want to be fined £40,000 like Jack Wilshere, thank you very much. Mostly because I haven't got 40 grand, but hey ho, what are you going to do? But no, I'm putting my neutral hat on. I'm trying to switch that Arsenal sort of fandom on, or off, sorry, in my brain. It never really goes off, but I'm going to be as honest as possible. I'm not going to be mean for the sake of being mean. I managed to get through Man United and Chelsea without doing it, so I'm sure I can do this too. And it's really easy to start off with. You have a really, really good goalkeeper. Congratulations, you need it because your defence has not been the best the last couple of years, but Hugo Lloris is a fantastic shot stopper. He sometimes is a little bit iffy when he comes to command his area. He is 6'2", he doesn't look it on the pitch, but no, he is a really good goalkeeper, deserves every one of his 85 rating on FIFA. But Man United, are they going to come steal him if De Gea does finally go to Real Madrid? Van Gaal's not happy because De Gea's unhappy, and I guess we'll have to watch that one. Hopefully for you guys, you keep him, obviously. You've got Danny Rose, obviously you all love him because he scored a 1 goal against Arsenal that beat us. Fair dues. If an Arsenal player had done something like that against Tottenham, I would have gone mental for days. Then we've got your centre-back pairing of Vertonghen and Alderweireld, an all-Belgian, all-ex-Ajax affair. Alderweireld's a really good signing for you guys, had a really good season at Southampton. Surprised that the likes of Arsenal and other teams did not come in for him. Obviously he was on the verge of going back to the Saints and then you nicked him, so God knows what happened there. Southampton aren't happy with you though, so they're going to be out for your blood. Vertonghen, he's a really good centre-back. He hasn't necessarily shown that over the last season. Probably because there's always the threat he's going to be shoved out to left back if there's an injury to Danny Rose. So maybe you need to make sure that that doesn't happen again because he is a centre back and he played really well there. Your first new signing of your team here, Kieran Trippier, brilliant signing for me. Really good player, very young, 24. You can kind of build him up from there. I think he's much better than Kyle Walker, certainly defensively. He's not maybe got the pace of Kyle Walker, so futheads are not going to enjoy him that much. But I think he's a better player overall. Just overall balance and everything else of a player, he's better than Kyle Walker. Bentaleb and Mason are your centre midfield pairing. I prefer Mason over Bentaleb personally. Bentaleb for me makes too many mistakes, and when he makes a mistake it's usually quite a big one as well. Mason is a lot more solid, he's good on the ball, he does score some goals, but obviously his game is kind of filling in what Luka Modric used to do, where Modric didn't necessarily get the plaudits because he wasn't getting the assists and the goals, but he was doing all of the work behind the kind of creative players who were getting the assists and the goals. So it'll be interesting to see how he develops. I think he's a really good talent and you've done well bringing him through when you have. So I think that was a Sherwood one, so well done Timmy. You're a gooner, you know you're a gooner. Then on the right hand side I've put Andros Townsend. He's got great potential. Guy just needs to chill out. I mean, every time you get the ball you don't have to shoot from 30 yards. Somebody just needs to tell him that, get in his ear. Coaching staff, hey, tell Andros Townsend he doesn't have to shoot constantly. There are other players around him like Harry Kane, who has a really good shot on him himself. But what I'm trying to say is he's a good player. He just needs to mature a little bit before he becomes a great player. He's got the potential, he just needs to stay injury free and maybe work with his teammates a bit more. And on the left hand side we've got another Belgian. You love Belgians. But why not? They make beer and chocolate, so I love Belgians too. We've got Nasir Chadli. For me, he is a great player. Maybe not great, he's a good player at the moment. He scored against Arsenal, which I don't like him for. Also scored against Chelsea, so you know, it's not all bad. But I think he's a really good player. I think you have to play him. He's pacey, he's strong, he's really hard to stop. He's kind of like Oxlade-Chamberlain in that way. Once they get up to top speed, the strength, he can't even knock them off the ball. So that is really, really good on his part. Christian Eriksen. Not only do you love Belgians, you love ex-Ajax players, almost as much as Arsenal do. But Christian Eriksen, he's a fantastic player. It's hard to think that he's only 22 years old because he seems to have been around and doing well for years. which he has done, really. He's been on the scene nice and early from Ajax. You guys picked him up at an early-ish age. So how you've kept hold of him so far, I'm not sure. He didn't have his best season last season. Maybe that helped a little bit. But I just, when you see him on the ball, he's an amazing player. Setting up Harry Kane, the guy up top, I mean, you can't ask for really a better two at this moment in time. Harry Kane, is he going to suffer a bit from second season syndrome? He did really well last season. I can't deny that, as much as I'd like to as an Arsenal fan. He's one of your own. He's one of your own. Harry Kane, he's one of your own. And whatever else you want to throw at the Arsenal fans. Apparently he's an actual Arsenal fan. But don't believe everything you read on the internet. But he had a good season last season, always looked to hit the net, and more often than not did. So I hope for England, and England alone, that he does have another really good season. On your bench, you've got a ready-made number one. If Lloris does leave, you'd probably bring somebody else in. You've got Michel Vorm, you've got Davis, backup left-back. Maybe Vertonghen won't have to play there anymore. Kyle Walker, Vlad Kirikesh, I'm not sure if he's left at the moment. I don't think he has. A good defender for me, but I don't think you're going to be keeping him. Got Moussa Dembele, who is a great player, very rarely gives the ball away. Lamela, who just is kind of terrible at the minute. Soldado, who's sulking and wants to leave and is being a big Spanish crybaby. But onto your upgrades, obviously Harry Kane is going to be the one that everyone says needs an upgrade, because he does. He's not a 76 rated player, but for me he's not an over 80 rated player either, not yet. If he has another season like last season, or half of what he did last season, then yes, 80 and above in FIFA 17. But for 16, I'm putting him up to a 79. Appearances, 51, 31 goals, 6 assists. Ridiculous stats, really good. I hate the fact that he's playing for Tottenham. Then, obviously, I also mentioned Mason. I like Mason as a player. 39 appearances, 3 goals, 4 assists. But like I say, that doesn't necessarily show all the other work he's doing for the team. Your downgrades. Lamela has to get a downgrade. He's been terrible. 10 assists, and I know that one of his 5 goals give you Tottenham fans a massive Rabona, but let's leave that aside. Penis jokes aside, he's not a great player. He doesn't do it consistently. He needs to be downgraded to a 75 for me. And I've downgraded Vertonghen by 1. It seems kind of harsh, but I don't think he is an 82 rated player at this moment in time. If you looked at the fact that Koscielny has only just been kind of upgraded to an 82, 83, Vertonghen's nowhere near his level for me. Koscielny is probably the best centre-back in the league, behind John Terry, for me. But I'm an Arsenal fan, I might be slightly biased. On to your transfers. You are still being linked with absolutely everyone, probably because your squad still needs a lot of work, and it's going to be about a day or so until you kick off against Manchester United. But you've been linked with Yannick Bolasie, Morales and Moses. All 3 are good options. All 3 can hit the ground running because they've got Premier League experience. For me, if you're going to hit one, go for Bolasie. Knowing you lot, you love Belgians, you're going to go for Morales. On to your striking situation. Obviously, you've got Harry Kane. Soldado's talking about leaving. Adebayor's talking about leaving for Villa. So obviously, you're being linked with a hell of a load of those. Charlie Austin, I've said enough about this guy in this series. Everybody wants him, nobody wants him, nobody's buying him. Berahino, attitude probably isn't there for a team looking to get into the top 4, but his talent is there, so we'll have to wait and see. And the final one is Batshuayi from Marseille. He is a career mode dream. That's the best way I can put it. He's done alright at Marseille so far. He's not set the world alight like Lacazette did, but let's see if you do manage to get any of the 3 in, or if you go for somebody like Lacazette, because I hear Lyon are getting fed up of him. Fair enough. But that is me done for this episode. Hopefully Spurs fans have not been too harsh. I know I did a silly little chant at the start and what have you, but that's just how I feel about your team. I think for this season, you're still not going to finish above Arsenal. I think we've got a much better squad than you at this point in time. Let's see who you can add in before the transfer deadline shuts though. But thanks for watching. If you've watched, leave me a like, and I'm plugging it every single time. Go watch my 5 Nights at Freddy's video, and sub to me if you're new. As soon as I get to 500 subs, if you've liked and commented and subbed to me by then you have a chance of taking home a free blue snowball. But that is me, Tippler3848, and I am out of here.